Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Lloyd from Iron Dog Journey. Um, Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about not giving up. This is episode 5, I believe. And I use episode lightly because basically it's just the 5th one that I've done. But I just want to talk a little bit about not giving up. And I'm probably talking to me more than anybody else, which is usually the case, and that's fine. But essentially, like on my fitness journey, I've worked really hard for the last couple years. And I use hard loosely also because, there's different levels of difficult. And I can't say that I've probably put everything I've got into it. I've definitely been consistent. And I'm definitely proud of what I've done. But I'm sure I could do more, especially in the kitchen. Diet-wise, I've done well diet-wise. I don't drink anymore. I definitely don't drink soda. I barely eat any sugar. Everything else, I'm not too paranoid about. I don't worry about carbs and all those things as much as I could. But having said all that, I'm not getting. I'm getting results. I'm in new territory for sure. I'm definitely seeing results that I haven't had before in my life. I've never been, super ripped or anything like that. When I was a teenager, I was very, very skinny. So I had, at one point, sort of abs because I was just so skinny. And I ran a lot. But I didn't think twice about it. It didn't make me feel good or anything because I was just skinny. It wasn't, they weren't like, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I've never had that physique that I wanted. And now I'm working, pretty consistently to try to get there, try to get better. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I'll probably never have the physique that I want, because it's not my body, unfortunately. And being older too, I know that there's a lot of people that are my age or older that have, amazing physiques, and that's amazing. And sometimes people say it's just hard work and dedication, and I do agree that is a huge portion of it. Genetics play a big portion too. What people don't want to admit that, especially people with genetics, for whatever reason, they deny that the genetics really help, but they really do help. And I'm blessed with genetics. I'm not like a very overweight person or something. I haven't had to deal with that so much. I've definitely been overweight by quite a bit from just not taking care of myself over the years, but I take care of myself pretty good now, and I wouldn't say I'm overweight. As much workout as I do, though, I still have stomach to get rid of, like some flab to get rid of that covers up, like probably the abs that I've worked for. And I am assuming that's just kitchen. All this is pretty new territory. I'm not a cook or anything. So, it's new territory. Before I did this podcast this morning, I have an ab roller that I got at a garage sale or a thrift store, like many, many years ago, and I just busted it out. I haven't used it in years. And I tried it, and I did 2 sets of 25 on the ab roller. It's like a wheel, like an ab wheel, and you roll yourself out. It was pretty cool. I probably should do more of that. But I can't say that I've done everything that I can do. So, to say that I don't have the results probably isn't fair just yet, because I just haven't done all the work. Just because you work out doesn't mean you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. You really got to put in the work. But if you watch any of my videos, one thing that I deal with that's been extremely hard to deal with in my life since I was a teenager for whatever reason is gynecomastia. Gynecomastia. Man boobs. It's really embarrassing, and it's humiliating as a guy to deal with that. And it started. I've read about it, and obviously trying to figure out what the hell to do. And some people do it, get it from just gaining weight. There's some guys that get it from just gaining weight, and they can work out and they just go away. Some people, it could be a hormonal imbalance or something. I heard malnutrition can do it. I didn't eat the best when I was younger, especially in my teenage years. I really didn't eat for various reasons. I didn't eat that much. And then when I was old enough and I had a job and everything, and I moved out, and then I started getting fast food because I could, honestly. I never had it before that, and then I was able to, and then I just started drinking soda, and I drank soda like nobody drinks soda, like 64 ounces several times a day, like more soda than you can imagine. And I would drink it, to go to sleep at night. I drink it all day. I got a job at a pizza place, and it was free soda, so I just drank it. Like, I'm sure that didn't help me at all, but through a couple decades of doing that kind of stuff, that took a toll on my body. And as far as the gynecomastia, I don't think that, I'm sure that had an effect of some sort, but it's something that apparently, you can only get rid of through surgery, or maybe extreme exercise. It depends on the level that you have. And I honestly don't know, but it's very frustrating. And like I said, if you've watched my videos, because I've posted lots and lots of videos, because I'm trying to deal with these demons. Because at the end of the day, if people are going to judge me, then F them, because I don't really care what people have to say. I used to a lot. And I can remember a few times when, one specifically, I was on the beach in Southern California where I used to live, and this good-looking guy and these girls were all laying down on the beach there, and I was just walking by myself, and I was quite a bit overweight. I was very dumpy. I was probably, pushing 212 or something when I should be 170, 180, and they all kind of looked in my direction, and they were kind of laughing at me, and it honestly could have been anything, but it felt humiliating. It truly did. It's something I've always struggled with, and I had a low self-esteem anyways from before that because of being skinny. But yeah, anyway, so it's one thing that I deal with, and I don't know if it'll ever go away. But one thing that I can say is it's not going to stop me from working out. It's not going to stop me from pushing myself, from trying to figure out who I am as a human, for trying to accept myself. And, quite honestly, it makes me want to not hide who I am and show other people that suffer from whatever it is, low self-esteem of any kind, losing your hair. I mean, that was another thing. I had the trifecta, like I was skinny, losing my hair. I got the gynecomastia thing starting when I was a teenager. I'm like, oh my God, like, not to mention I couldn't make friends because I have a low self-esteem and moved a lot, and it was tough, man. And I had an abusive stepfather, and that didn't help me mentally. So I just didn't think much of myself, and it's taken many years to work on that. And I feel a lot. I mean, I'm a different person now, for sure, 100%. I can't really imagine somebody making fun of me at this point. If they did, I'd flat out punch them in the face because I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to put up with it. It's not because I have a low self-esteem anymore, but it's because that's rude as hell. But yeah, it's given me perspective for sure. It's given me a lot of perspective. But like I was trying to say before I got sidetracked, I think, is I want to be an example for other people, that deal with whatever it is that they deal with, to realize, you know what, you got what you got. You are who you are. I don't care if you're short, tall, overweight, skinny. I don't care what color you are, where you're from, what your background is. I lived in a trailer growing up. Don't tell me about, growing up poor. I know about growing up poor. I didn't have anything. I literally lived in a trailer house. I bought my first car for $500 myself, that I earned the money. I walked to school. My school was probably 5 miles from my house. I walked to school. I lived in North Dakota. Do you know how cold it gets in North Dakota? 20, 30 below. I walked. Nobody was driving me to school. So don't tell me about being poor or you have disadvantages, or I don't care. I don't care, because I had those disadvantages too. And I still have my issues, man. So the whole point of that isn't just to complain, but the whole point is to say, keep going. Whatever the hell your issue is. And I have heart problems. I was born with a heart defect, so I've already had heart surgery. I have a pacemaker now, so I've had 2 surgeries. I have an aneurysm on my aorta now, so I'm working on a 3rd surgery. So, again, diversity, gotcha. I got you there. I got it too. But, and again, I'm not trying to compare myself with anybody, because everybody else's journey is their journey, and our reality is created in our mind, because you don't choose what happens to you in life, but you sure can choose how you react to it, and you can choose how you see it. And your paradigm, all the things that people taught you, whether they meant to or not, alcoholic parents or whatever, the bullies, all of that's going into your brain as you're growing up, and you develop a paradigm as you grow older. And unfortunately, you see the world through this paradigm, these goggles of judgment or fear or insecurity or whatever it is, and you really can't help yourself, because it's just part of the deal. You can change it though, and my biggest goal in my lifetime is to share my story, and if anybody listens to it and maybe can get something out of it, and it helps them, man, I what else could I possibly get out of life? That's important to me, to be an example of somebody that, despite all the stupid things in their life, and it's not fair. Life isn't fair, and it never will be fair, because that's just life. Life doesn't give a crap. It's just the way it is. But you can change the way you see things for sure. You can see your life as a big blessing versus a big curse. You can choose to be happy. I mean, I'm still getting up at 4:44 every morning, and I work out, and I don't know if I could ever change some things that I can't stand about myself. But should I hide from them? No, I'm not going to hide from them. And I'm not going to shrink down for other people or feel insecure because they're insecure. Because usually people that try to make you feel insecure are actually insecure. So, again, I think what we do, we judge a lot of people. And everybody says, oh, I don't judge. Yeah, I bet you do judge. I bet you judge more than you think. But maybe you don't think about it. Maybe it's not conscious. But a lot of times we judge, especially the things that we have insecurities about. So, like, as soon as you start losing your hair, the only thing you see out there is people losing their hair. And you want to make fun of them because, oh, they're worse than me. Or, haha, I don't like looking at that person. It's because you're just insecure yourself. The things we don't like about other people are typically something that's wrong with us. But one of my goals is to try to figure out, everybody has standards. Like, the world seems to have standards of, good hair, bad hair, good weight, bad weight. I mean, other than health reasons. I'm not talking about health reasons, but just how people look, Like, people have always made fun of bald people since I was young. in the 80s especially, for whatever reason, hair club for men was a thing, and it's fun to laugh at. It's fun to make jokes about, but it's real because on the commercials, the guys are like, oh, I couldn't go swimming. These guys were so pathetic on the commercial that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't live a life because they were losing their hair. But all of a sudden, as soon as they got their hair plugs or whatever it is, oh, now I can go out and live my life. It's like, and I grew up watching that going, wow, okay, my hair's receding, so I guess I'm screwed. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what kind of message is that for a kid, But the crazy thing is, who determines that? Who determines that, really? Who are we letting into our brains, into our lives, telling us what's right, what's wrong, body styles or body types, all different kinds of things. The color of your skin, like black or white or whatever. Like, who the hell told us that this is good and that's bad? Man, you get me worked up. Like, I never understood that since I was a kid. I've never understood why one thing is good and one thing's bad. Like, who decided that? Why can't we change that? Why can't we be whatever it is that we want to be? And so that's my whole entire purpose of life, is just to show people that screw that. I can be who I'm going to be. You can't tell me anything. You can't tell me who I should or shouldn't be, or what I should or shouldn't do, or what I'm capable of. I can prove to you that I am. And I don't need to prove anything, but I can prove to myself that I am, that I can. And so, long story short, go for it. Whatever it is that you want to do in your darn life, just go for it, man. And don't give up. And like I say, if I can't change my chest, then I'll change my mind. I'll change the way I see myself. I'll change my insecurity. I'll change who I am as a person to become a stronger person. To me, that's more important than anything. But that's a different message for today, but I don't know. Just free forming here. All right, guys. Well, it's Sunday. It's a great day. I think I'm hoping to get to the gym again. Yesterday, I got a great workout at the gym. It was a really good workout. So, worked myself into the ground. All right. Well, if anybody's listening to this, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. If you got anything out of it, I appreciate that. I think that's great. All right. Well, I see you next time. Later.